America, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I take full responsibility. I am partly responsible for what's happening in America, for what's happening in Dearborn, Michigan, for what's happening in New York City. We left Iran, we left Islamic Republic for exactly this reason. Because radical terrorists took over the country and are literally raping, torturing, and executing innocent people right now as we speak for the past 47 years. And I thought by voting Democrat, liberals, every single year, every single time there was an election, that meant we are going to make America, keep America great. We're going to definitely not negotiate with terrorism. That's exactly what the left media made me believe. And I'm here to say I apologize. I was brainwashed this whole time. It took me over 20 years to realize that Democrats and liberals are the reason this country is the way it is. They're the ones that are okay with the American flag being burned in New York City, that the American flag is okay to be burned. It's part of democracy. It's the most anti-American thing to do. And wishing death upon America is the most anti-American thing you can do. It has nothing to do with democracy. And I'm here to apologize and let my husband know that he was right. He was rara. Gotta let my husband know that he was rara. I don't know why it's so hard to say this. I am here to announce that my husband was rara. It's very painful. I'm here to announce that my husband was right. Oh, that took everything I had. That he was right about everything. That Republicans are the ones that are gonna help make America great again. I also believed that make America great again meant make America white again. That's because the left media wanted me to believe that. I am here to announce I'm sorry, and I will be part of the group that will make America great again. And I will proudly vote Republican from now on. God bless, and again, I apologize for everything I've done.
What's going on, everybody? I appreciate you guys pulling up, and I'm glad to see more and more liberal women coming out and getting off of the crazy train. And the number one rule in my house, my kids, they could tell you, when they were here, they're, adults and living on their own now. But the number one rule in my house was listen to your father. I tell my wife the same thing. Listen to your husband. I am not here to steer you wrong. Because if I do, hey, I'm the one that has to pick up the pieces. So rule number one in the house, listen to your father, listen to your husband. So ladies, if you got a good dude, listen to him. He's here to protect and provide. He's here to steer you and the family in the right direction. I am glad that this young lady could come out and say this. It sounded like it took a whole lot, out of her just to say that, hey, my husband was right. He was telling me this a long time ago. But I'm glad. Better late than never. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. We got a lot to get into.
I can't believe you voted for Donald Trump. Why would you vote for Donald Trump? Maybe because the left is trying to destroy America and they literally tried to murder our president. Maybe because Kamala Harris's platform was the stupidest thing I've ever seen and I don't want all of our tax money going to that. Maybe because the amount of fraud in this country disgusts me and I work my butt off just to give 20% of it at least to the government. Maybe because I get called a terrorist for being a Christian in a free Christian nation, mind you. Maybe because the other side can't even say the Pledge of Allegiance. Maybe because me, as somebody in the working class, is paying for people who are not working. I'm tired of this woke garbage. Everybody keeps asking me what that means, and the basic definition of it is being politically correct, meaning you don't have a foundation to stand on, meaning your definition of what's right and wrong keeps changing. But one day it's no kings, the next day it's LGBT, and the day after that the kids are in the strip club and we're calling it story hour. I voted for Donald Trump because I'm an American, I'm proud to be American, and we are one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We need more women like this. We need more women like this who not only can say, hey, I'm voting for this, but can actually explain to you why. I think that's a lot of our problem right now. We have entirely too many people in our country that are voting for people and they can't explain to you why they're voting for them. My thing is this: if you want to support the Democrat Party because you love their policies and you can rattle off the things that you love, by all means, God bless you. I'm gonna disagree with you, but God bless you. But we have too many groupthink, hive-minded individuals on that side of things. And I'm glad that there are more women that were, I guess, once former liberals. They're starting to wake up and they're realizing that they've been bamboozled. They've been hoodwinked. I've said that this feminist movement, it is the most demonic movement that has swept this nation. It's been less than 100 years of this. And look at how bad things have gotten. And now you have more and more women, especially those that practice and believe in that ideology. They're in a bad situation. They're depressed, they're anxious, they're suffering from all types of anxiety or all types of medication. Mental health issues are through the roof. It is a mess. It is a mess, out there. We need more and more women, man. Get off that daggone Democratic plantation, man. Get off that feminist plantation. It's not helping you. And honestly, I don't think it was ever meant to serve you.
I'm going to be voting for youth today. I've been a lifelong Democrat, and I'm 72 years old, 72-year-old white male. And I've been a Democrat my whole life. This past primary in Ohio, I went and asked for the Republican ballot, which makes me a Republican now. There's many reasons for that. But if I could just be philosophical for just a minute, and thank you again for taking my call. This chicken, this Democratic Socialist movement, this chicken has been coming home to roost for a long, long time. And you have to go back to the source of what's going on. 35 or 40 years ago, the Democrats and Republicans together decided that they were going to shovel every job that they could shovel offshore that they did.
He's not lying about that. He is absolutely right.
And the ones that weren't bolted down, they shipped first, and then they've unbolted the rest of them and shipped the rest of them. So if you're a young person in this country, we don't make any textiles. We don't make any electronics. We don't make hardly any cars. We don't make hardly any pharmaceuticals. And so you've got a lot of young people who are seeing this wage gap. And by the way, I'm a Republican, and you're seeing this income gap. And so essentially they're fair game for this movement. They see this movement as an opportunity, if not to gain back some credibility or some life, a better life. They look at it as a way to burn the system down.
Okay.
And
Jeffrey there in Kent, Ohio, Republican.
He was cooking. He's absolutely right, though. I didn't hear a lie. Did you hear a lie?
And Manu.
Thank you. Is the rise of the DSA good for your party?
Look, we are a big tent party. And being a big tent party is a strength, not a weakness.
The Democrat Party has totally capitulated to the communists within their ranks. Communism has never worked, and it's very scary that a major political party in this country, the Democrat Party, is being controlled by communists. And their only real answer to any problem is to just take more from the individuals who make that country great and give it to the government. It sounds great to have free food, free healthcare, free rent, but who's paying for all of that? We are. You will be. It's easy to sell, but it doesn't work. And I think, unfortunately, so many people in this country are falling for it because of our liberal, biased education system. We live in the best country in the history of the world. That's what our children should be taught. That's why so many people from all over this world are dying to come here, literally traveling from all over the world because they believe in the promise of the American dream that was built on capitalism, on the free market, on small business enterprise, and all of that will go away if we turn into a communist state. History tells us so.
And you know what?
She is absolutely right there. And it's unfortunate that this ideology is being pushed on college campuses. When you think about how this movement was pushed in other nations from way back when, that's exactly how they did it. They got into the schools, they got into the college campuses, they got with the young people, and the young people pushed this movement.
But go back to your point about leftist violence. You have to understand this is not something new. This is not something that's randomly happening. It happened in China, it happened in Vietnam, it happened in Cuba, which I'm Cuban. So every single time the leftists take over, what do they want? Revolution. To what? Break down the status quo. How do they do that? Not through peace, they do it through revolution. Che Guevara, Fidel Castro, Pol Pot, Mao Zedong, Stalin. Every single time, that's how they do it. And you know who they use? All of you. They use the university students. They use leftists. The authoritarians, the strongmen, convinced the leftists to fight for them. It happened in Iran where the Ayatollah took over. It happened in Cuba with Castro. They get the leftists to disrupt and cause destabilization. Once they take power, they get rid of all of the leftists that help them get in power. Mao Zedong created the Red Guard. When he got in power, he said, all universities canceled. I want you to get my book. It's called the Little Red Book. Put it in your pocket and go around. And if any teacher has spoken out against me, I want you to tell the communist commissar we're going to arrest him and kill them. They did that. The army didn't step in. They allowed the protesters and the revolutionaries to do what they want. You know what Mao did after he got power? He said, I don't need any more destabilization. He sent them out into the fields to work, and 9 million of them died. That's what he's done. The Shah did it, the same thing to the leftists. The leftists are always, we call them the useful idiots. Not all of them, but the ones who are revolutionary. They are used to destabilize, to go after the young people in universities every single time, hundreds and hundreds of years. This is the same thing happening over again. This is not new. What you're experiencing is not new. It's just new to you. It's new to our age.
Yeah. There is nothing new under the sun. This is the same playbook, the same exact playbook. These people have been playing a 100-year game in the United States of America, and they've been playing it while most of us are asleep. Most of us have been asleep at the wheel. And now look at them. They've seized power in cities. They're trying to get states, as meaning become governors, because each state has a certain amount of autonomy, right? Each state has states' rights. They're trying their best. The fortunate thing about us here in the United States of America is, yes, we have our federal government, but each state has its own, it's almost like its own separate entity. So each state can kind of be shielded from another state. But nothing, the game plan is the same. Nothing's new here. The only difference is the only thing that's different is the people. These young people who hadn't been taught much, they hadn't really been educated. They won't pick up a book and read, the history of socialism, the history of communism. So they're easily duped. And when you send your kids off to these indoctrination camps, when their frontal cortex hasn't been fully developed, so they can actually challenge, these statements and this ideology from these professors that are being used. And then they come home back to you and they're telling you how great this socialism and all this other kind of stuff is. Those will be the people. It will be the young people that will be turning you in to the government. I'm glad that there are people that are starting to wake up. I'm glad that there are people out here on these college campuses shaking things up and trying to educate these young people, because they need to be educated. There's no such thing as a free lunch out here. There's no such thing. Somebody will pay for it. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family, or you can buy your brother a coffee. The Cash App work, links in the description box below. I appreciate the love, the support. Join us Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for ARP in the morning. And as always, keep God first, stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, it can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. And the Lord hit my chest, kicked air from my breath, put power in my step.